In this video, I'll be showing you how if you can spare just 15 minutes for proper planning, you can actually retire on $10,000 per month, even if you think it's impossible. Through working with clients who thought a comfortable retirement was out of their reach and analyzing the real numbers behind $10,000 of monthly retirement income, I've discovered that most people dramatically overestimate what it takes to achieve this level of retirement spending. And that's exactly why I'm making this video today, to break down the actual requirements for $10,000 of monthly retirement income and show you the planning process that makes it all achievable. If you're new to this channel, I'm Cody Gunn. I'm a CFA charter holder and the founder of Arrowstone Wealth, where we help our clients retire early by optimizing their investments and minimizing their lifetime taxes. And with that, let's dive in. Okay, let's start with the bedrock of any solid retirement plan. It's the one asset that people consistently undervalue, like a brilliant, quiet employee who just gets the job done without any fuss. I'm talking about Social Security. Before we even touch your portfolio, we have to account for this. Think of your $10,000 a month goal as a tall building that you need to construct. And Social Security isn't just a few bricks, it's the entire foundation. So how does this foundation shrink the amount you need to save? Well, first, for a decent earner, the average Social Security benefit today is already between, say, $1,800 and $2,500 a month. Right there, your $10,000 a month goal is already down to just needing $7,500 from your retirement savings. And for married couples, it gets even better. Spousal benefits can add another $1,000 to $2,000 a month to your household income. So a high-earning couple who plans correctly could be looking at a combined $4,000 to $5,000 a month before drawing a single penny from your 401k. And this means your portfolio doesn't need to generate $10,000 a month. It only needs to generate the difference, maybe $6,000 or maybe just $5,000 per month. So why is optimizing this so crucial? Here's the number that should make everyone sit up straight. For every $1,000 in guaranteed monthly income that you can get from Social Security, that's $240,000 you don't need to have saved in your portfolio based on a withdrawal rate of 5%. Plus, it comes with a cost of living adjustment. This government benefit, when maximized, is the most reliable inflation-adjusted annuity that you can get, and it's the foundation that makes the rest of the plan possible. Now, this next piece is important because I was talking with a client who thought they needed over $4 million saved to retire comfortably. And I had a good laugh with them showing why the actual portfolio requirements were much more reasonable. So what is that reasonable number? Once we've laid our Social Security foundation, how big does the rest of the house actually need to be? Well, let's do the math. If Social Security is covering, say, $3,500 a month, you need your portfolio to generate the remaining $6,500. Using a 5% withdrawal rule, you would need a portfolio of approximately $1.56 million to generate that income sustainably. Now, I know some of you are thinking $1.5 million is still a huge number, and it is. But for many professionals who've been diligently saving in their 401ks and IRAs for 20, 30 years, especially with that employer matching, that number is far from science fiction, and it's often well within reach. And the 5% withdrawal rate isn't the only way to think about this. If you build a portfolio focused on reliable, blue-chip, dividend-paying stocks, you might be able to generate that $6,000 or $7,000 a month from a portfolio that's closer to $1 million, depending on what the yield is. The point is, there are multiple paths to get to where you want to be, and our goal is to come up with the correct plan for you. So why do the headlines that we see online make it so much more intimidating? Because they love to scare you. The media often screams you need $3 million to generate $10,000 of income. They conveniently forget to mention that massive chunk that comes from Social Security and other income sources. They're giving you the gross number, not your net need. And remember, conservative withdrawal rates are designed for security and longevity. With smart planning, you're building a machine that can provide income for 30 years or more, weathering the market's inevitable ups and downs. And many of you watching have already built substantial foundations through your disciplined savings. You are closer than you think. Now that you understand the portfolio reality, if you're ready to fully optimize your retirement income strategy, click the link below and book a call with me, where I'll break down your exact situation and help you plan your dream retirement. Okay, so we have our Social Security and our investment portfolio. But for many, that's not the whole story. A truly robust retirement plan looks less like a two-legged stool and more like a well-diversified business with multiple revenue streams. This is what we call income coordination. So what other streams are we talking about? For many who worked in government or for a large corporation, there's one forgotten giant in retirement planning: the pension. A pension can easily add $1,000, $2,000, or even $3,000 a month of guaranteed income. And if you have one, it dramatically changes your portfolio math again. But what if you don't have a pension? Well, let's get creative. Many of my clients aren't interested in going from 60 miles an hour to a dead stop. They want to sort of ease into retirement. And a part-time consulting gig in your field for just a few years of retirement can bridge any income gaps that you face. And this allows your portfolio to continue growing untouched for just a little while longer. And of course, there's rental income from an investment property or income from a small business that you've always wanted to run. The point is, when you start coordinating these different income streams, your Social Security, portfolio withdrawals, pension, maybe some light work, achieving that $10,000 a month goal becomes a lot simpler than you imagine. So why is this diversification so powerful? One key reason is it protects you from something called sequence of returns risks. That's a fancy term for the terrible luck of having a bear market right when you start taking portfolio withdrawals, and it can cripple your portfolio for years. But if you have guaranteed income from Social Security and a pension covering your essential bills, you're not a forced seller. You can let your portfolio recover, and it gives you control and peace of mind, which, let's be honest, that's what retirement is about. Now, this next piece is important because I had a client tell me, I want to time the market perfectly for my retirement, and I had to explain why the timing strategy matters more than actual market timing. We often picture retirement as a single day, the one where you hand in your keys and you walk out the door for the last time. But when you retire is one of the most powerful financial levers that you can pull, especially if you're aiming to retire early. Think about the difference between retiring at 52 versus 57. Well, on paper, it's just 5 years. In reality, it's a difference between decades of security and years of financial strain. Retiring at 52 means you're likely to go 10 full years or more before Social Security kicks in. That's a decade of living entirely off your portfolio, no paychecks coming in, and no benefits yet flowing. And every withdrawal compounds the challenge. Your portfolio has less time to grow. You're drawing from it longer, and you're doing it without the safety net of any guaranteed income. And that is a real triple threat to your nest egg. But waiting until 57? That short delay does far more than people realize. You give your investments 5 additional years to grow, potentially adding hundreds of thousands of dollars in compounded value. You shorten the years that your portfolio has to support you. And you move closer to the age when Social Security and other income streams can start replacing some of that withdrawal pressure. For many high-earning professionals, that 5-year gap means a 25 to 30% stronger retirement position. Not because you've saved more, but because your timing multiplied what you had already built. And remember, early retirement doesn't have to be all or nothing. Strategic timing, even semi-retirement or phased work, can dramatically reduce the stress on your portfolio while keeping your long-term plan intact. So why does this matter so much? Because early retirees live longer in retirement. They face more inflation risk and depend more on their investment strategy than any other group. Working just a few more years doesn't just mean a bigger portfolio. It means the portfolio doesn't have to last as long. It's not about sacrifice, it's about optimization. And that single decision, when to step away, often determines whether retirement feels tight or it feels truly abundant. Now, this next piece is important because I'm going to show you how lifestyle and expense management affect the real value of that income. We've spent all this time talking about the income side of the ledger, but a dollar saved is more valuable than a dollar earned because you don't have to pay taxes on it. Optimizing your expenses is the financial equivalent of giving yourself an immediate tax-free raise. So what does this look like in practice? First, there's what we call the geographic arbitrage. Retiring from a high-cost city like San Francisco or New York to a beautiful low-cost area can make $10,000 a month feel like $15,000 because your purchasing power skyrockets. But the single biggest move for most retirees, it's paying off that mortgage. Imagine erasing $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000 a month in payments from your budget. That single act can be more impactful than years of extra savings because for a lot of people, their mortgage might be 30% of their monthly budget during their working years. Then there's healthcare. This is the great unknown for many retirees. But with proactive planning around Medicare, supplemental plans, and long-term care, you can control these costs, potentially saving over $1,000 a month compared to someone who just stumbles into it unprepared. And finally, smart tax planning. Strategically withdrawing from taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free accounts ensures that more of your hard-earned money stays in your pocket. And why is this just as important as generating income? Because reducing your core expenses provides a guaranteed return. The stock market can be volatile, your savings are not. It also builds an incredible buffer to your plan. Many of my clients are surprised to find that once work-related costs disappear, their actual lifestyle costs are less than they anticipated. And now that you understand all these strategies, let's look at the 15-minute planning framework that puts it all together. Okay, this is where the promise of the video title actually comes to life. How can you do this in 15 minutes? By focusing on what matters and ignoring the noise, it's a pre-flight checklist, not a 500-page dissertation. So here's the framework. Grab a piece of paper, or if you're a nerd like me, open a spreadsheet. This is step 1. Your Social Security estimate. Go to ssa.gov and pull your actual earnings record. Use their calculator to see your estimated benefit at 62, at full retirement, and then at 70. Write that number down for your optimal claiming age. Now, one thing most people miss here is that your current Social Security estimate assumes that you keep working and contributing at the same rate until you begin collecting. If you're retiring early, log in and use their calculator and put in a 0 for future earnings and contributions to see what it looks like if you're retiring today. This number is going to be far more accurate for you. Step 2, calculate your portfolio need. Take the $10,000 and subtract your estimated Social Security. Subtract any pensions or a reliable rental income that you're going to get. You're left with your monthly income gap. Now multiply that by 12 to get your annual need, and then divide it by 0.05. That's your estimated target portfolio size. Step 3, the reality check. Look at your current retirement savings. How far are you from that target number? How many years do you have left to work and save? This tells you if your current savings rate is on track or if it needs adjusted. Step 4, the what if game. What if you work 2 more years? What if you pay off your mortgage before you retire? Quickly pencil out these optimization strategies that we discussed and see how they change your numbers. You'll see how quickly the picture can improve. We do this work with our clients every single day, running scenario analysis to calculate how we can make your retirement savings and your retirement timing align. And that's it. In 15 minutes, you're not solving everything. You're creating an actionable snapshot. You're moving from vague anxiety to data-driven clarity. You're focusing on the 3 numbers that matter most: your Social Security, your required portfolio size, and the timeline to get there. So there you have it. The path to $10,000 a month in retirement income isn't about finding a unicorn investment or working until you're 80. It's about understanding the powerful foundation of Social Security. It's about knowing the real number you have to have in your portfolio. It's about strategically coordinating your timing, your income streams, and your expenses. Now that you understand how 15 minutes of proper planning can put you on track for $10,000 in monthly retirement income and the specific strategies that make this goal achievable, you can start implementing these approaches immediately. But a framework is just a map. The journey is very personal. If you're ready to develop your personalized plan for achieving a comfortable retirement, click the link below and book a call with me, where we can discuss how to make the retirement that you want a reality. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.